America. You're the minority as a white motherfucker in America. Dumb immigrants here, and you can get everything you want. This too, like she's lucky she's in her uniform because I'll smack the out of her. Yeah, I have your license for these stupid motherfuckers that want to check everything because, like, you know, you're American in America. Dumb. Want to talk to me, you little? You little.
And that's there.
Press it for. Why didn't you tell me that?
I'll tell you if you knock off the garbage.
You're the garbage, mother.
This is what I'm talking about.
You're the garbage.
First you had a problem with her, now you got a
First
problem.
of all, she got in my face, that little.
So
that's why it started.
This is why you're here.
So no, that's why it started, because she got in my face, and you think that's okay. She got in my face.
You think this is okay?
She got in my face. Oh, it's funny, I'm the only white person. Wow.
Ma'am, it ain't got nothing to do with your color of your skin.
It's everything.
I care less than a...
Well, all right. Put it up full mass. Certified badass Karen. Let her tell it. Even though she escaped accountability for exceeding 100 miles per hour while driving recently in Palm Beach County, Florida, Miss Christina Laboy was not the least bit gracious to the officers who let her off. Now, you would have assumed there's beef. There's a problem. No. They were letting her move along. There's more. She had been pulled over for speeding and a suspected DUI. She begged with the cops to let her go, explaining she was in the area for her son's football game and had drunk only one glass of wine. Quote, "You were going well over 100 miles per hour and you're swerving all over the road," one of the cops said. She was then ordered to complete a roadside sobriety test. She failed, unable to walk in a straight line. She explained, hey, I'm clumsy, okay? Not drunk. There's more. So eventually the officer tells Miss Laboy that while she has indicators of being impaired, he really doesn't have enough evidence to arrest her. Use a damn lie. The sobriety, not walking in a straight line. You can go to jail. License taken. But for some reason, he says, I don't have enough evidence to arrest you. And he was going to, quote, let it slide. Wait a minute, sir. If you don't have the evidence, you're not letting anything slide. Unless you do have the evidence, that means you're letting it slide. Let's continue. At this point, most drivers would have been overjoyed. I would have become a priest. This woman literally failed the test, was going over 100 miles per hour, swerving, gets pulled over, cannot walk in a straight line. He's going to let it slide. But instead of being grateful, dodging these charges, the entitled woman does not behave in the way that most of us would assume or would do so. Quote, I don't know if it's a black and white factor here, because you guys play that card, she told the officers. A female officer on the scene defended her colleague. Quote, that's so disrespectful on so many levels, the officer told Laboy. But the young lady was just getting started, backing into her vehicle and grabbing her cell phone. She begins filming the officers who let it slide. Quote, I'm going to record it. George Floyd, yep, she said. directing the comment about Floyd to the black officer. Quote, "Don't you dare disrespect me. You don't know who I am, but you're about to find out." Karen, obviously they know who you are. They just let it slide. She then calls her son, brings him into it, who is en route to pick her up. All right. So after making all of the racial insults toward police, Miss Laboy had finally crossed the line, leading the black officer to slap handcuffs on her. She becomes instantly apologetic, though her contrition would be short-lived. Why? As she is in the back of the police car, Miss Laboy accuses the black officer sexual harassment. Quote, "Have a seat or you're going to be tased," the officer says. "You're making it worse. Have a seat." Put it up full math. So as the officers eventually force her into the back of the vehicle, Miss Laboy responds by kicking at the cops. Quote, "She can get 1 count of battery, 1 count of resist, and 1 count corruption by threat," one of the officers is heard saying. Soon after, Miss Laboy's son arrives on the scene to collect his mother's cell phone. Quote, "I'm assuming that she's not normally like this or like that. It's just because of the alcohol or whatever," one of the officers asks the son, who responds, quote, "I don't even know what to say. I came here for the football." He and the cop exchange a fist bump before the son leaves the scene. He know, come on, man. He already know what's up with his mom, all right? Let's put it up, at the police station, there's more, all right? At the police station, where she gets booked, Miss Laboy doubles down with her dubious claims. She tells the officer, quote, "Let go of me now, because you're effing black and I'm white. Let go of me right now." End quote. She insists. Laboy then says to the female officer, quote, "I was fine before that bee got in my face." As the other officers gathered in the booking area, Miss Laboy starts shouting at them saying, quote, "It's funny because I am the only white person." Once again, they are aware. They let it slide. She returns to playing the victim. "It's everything to do with my skin color." You are correct, madam, because I guarantee you a black woman would not have had the let it slide routine. I've never even heard of such a thing. You failed the field sobriety test. You're obviously intoxicated. So she said, "I'm not answering nothing." She says, as she is led away to be booked, she was charged with simple assault on a specified personnel, corruption by threat of public servant, and resisting an officer, according to police documents. She still got off easy. I don't think any of those are felonies. She still got off easy. Those obviously could have been significant felony charges affixed to her record. This individual, put it up full mask again. I truly hope that, madam, you get some help. Intervention is required. And I mean this in all due respect. I used to be a drinking man myself. I haven't had a drink going on 10 years now. And the reason is because I didn't want to be in that situation that you're in. All right. So hopefully brighter days are ahead for you. But my goodness, madam, the racism and the privilege and bigotry mixed with that alcohol just ain't working for you. All right. Thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know where her intervention needs to happen. I don't think I would start with the alcohol, but maybe maybe it goes a little bigger than that. And you know, you cannot have this conversation about what happened there in Florida without talking about the curious decision of the police, right, to let it slide. Right? I mean, look, if every person who failed a sobriety test and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just clumsy," got the police to say, "Oh, okay, never mind. I didn't realize you were clumsy." That's what it seemed like. So it seemed an egregious omission to this story that these people did not arrest her. But again, they were there. I was not. But if you fail a sobriety test, you had the sort of signals of having had too much to drink, and I believe that you can be arrested for driving 100 miles an hour just on that alone if you were dead sober in the zone, because that exceeds every speed limit in America. I mean, there are some that are 70 or 85 and on interstate. She was not on an interstate, but even that, I think, can invite arrest. The other thing is, I like how she said, "You're all black and I'm white, and so no justice is going to happen here." I'm sure now when she sees an all-white police cadre of police arrest a black man or woman, she's going to have sympathy for that man or woman because of the position she was in. I can almost count on that, don't you think, Dr. Richey? Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah. Dear brother, there were multiple arrestable offenses that occurred.